program today. I'd like to introduce Michele Hall. She runs the Sunshine Acres Animal Sanctuary, and I think they started that in 23, I think. And she's going to tell us all about the sanctuary and what they do. And thank you to this month's program sponsor, who is Howard Davis. And so without further ado, I'll turn it over to her.
Sanctuary in, I guess it was 2021, and it's a lengthy process to get your 501c3 licensing. Once you apply, it's practically like an act of Congress to go through all the licensing and everything. You have to go through all kinds of state requirements, and they do like a home visit if you have it in your home like we do. They come out and do like an inspection, a walkthrough, and it literally takes about 2 to 3 years to get all of the licensing and everything that's required. So we finally got that in 23, and then that's when we kind of had our grand opening. Our grand opening party was in, or fall festival we called it, was in 2023. And how I got started was I had always had a passion for animals, and I had been working with a sister rescue in Wiley for about the last, well, prior to this in 2021, I guess it was about 5 years. Powder Pals Rescue Group was the name of that rescue. And I had just fallen in love with the dogs. She strictly does rescues just dogs and cats. And she started kind of dwindling out of it and getting out of it because she was going through a move. And then we moved, and I decided that this was, something that I really wanted to take on. So we moved with the sole purpose of purchasing land, so that we would have enough land to be able to rescue like livestock, because we felt that livestock was more of the forgotten animal. And people treated livestock as kind of a commodity, rather than, the typical family pet. And we learned that, people treat, baby goats and, chickens and chicks, just like their family pet anymore. So we decided that we wanted to kind of focus more on some of the forgotten animals, and we get probably anywhere from 50 to 100 calls a day. And Texas right now really is in a state of crisis as far as dogs and cats go, because so many people are not spaying and neutering their animals. It's just, as you've probably heard, so many people are dumping, dogs and cats into, fields and people's properties because they don't know what to do, and so many places are opening up their vetting offices for free spays and neutering in different counties just to be able to help out, and it really is a statewide epidemic because of it. And Texas is one of the worst states right now because of it, because we have a horrible homeless animal population. I mean, we're killing right now, euthanizing and killing over 600,000 dogs and cats every single day. And it's devastating to me that, we can't do better in terms of getting that under control. And it's just something as simple as, taking some of these animals in to get them spayed and neutered when it's free. I understand that it might be a hassle to some people to make the appointment and, to get them in, but it's overwhelming. I understand. But back to my sanctuary, right now we have over 70 plus animals right now, and I think 18 of them are dogs. We have turkeys, goats. Right now I think we have 9 baby goats. 4 of our nanny goats, the does, all of them had babies within days of each other. And so there's never a dull moment. And one of our biggest fundraising programs right now is our petting zoo. We do a mobile petting zoo where people can book with us, and whether it be a birthday party or, a school event, it doesn't, anything really, and we will go to their location, set up, doesn't matter the number of people, and bring the specified number of animals that they want. And that's been going really well so far. And then we also have volunteers that come twice a week to our farm and will help with different projects, which has been a huge help. They've been cleaning out barns and chicken pens and helping to build chicken pens or whatever needs to be done, because if you know anything about farming, there's never a shortage of tasks that need to be done. So does anybody have any questions about specific?
Where did you say that your farm is?
Where? We're in Roy City, right off of 1565, in between 276 and the access road, if you're familiar with that area. We're like a mile and a half from Buc-ee's. Everybody knows where Buc-ee's is. Point of reference.
Is that Hunt County?
Yes, it is. It's Hunt County.
15,
1565. We're right off 1565.
but you're not a county number yourself? You do have a county number yourself. You said off of 1565.
Well,
Do you face some particular road?
our address is 4503 Marion Lane. So Marion Lane is off 1565. Anybody else have any other questions?
What's your most interesting pet that you have?
I would say the hedgehogs.
Yeah, probably the hedgehogs or the sugar glider, I
We
think.
never bring out the sugar glider.
Yeah, I
There used to
mean,
be squirrels.
oh yeah, the
but then
squirrels.
The squirrels died.
Yeah, the squirrels passed away. Well, one of them did. The other one we released. But yeah, let's talk about the hedgehogs. So somebody surrendered, somebody was moving and they were not allowed to have pets. And they surrendered to us a sugar glider and these, some little baby mice that they had saved from a feeding situation, I guess, because you can feed mice to snakes, and they felt like they were rescuing them. So, I know, which is humorous to some people, I guess. But these are African pygmy hedgehogs, and they're a lot of fun. You have to learn to hold them a certain way. And they have 4 toes. I guess it's one of the characteristics about them is that they have 4 toes. And they're nocturnal, so they only come out at night. And they're in the room that I sleep in, which makes it interesting because so is the sugar glider, so they always play on the wheel at nighttime. So they can keep you awake, that's for sure. And then the bird that we have is a white dove that somebody had found. And she's actually, I don't know if she was somebody's pet before or what, but she's quite tame. She doesn't really make a whole lot of noise or anything, but she's very sweet, and you're able to pet her and things like that. But the hedgehogs, when they get scared, obviously they just kind of curl up in a ball and will roll around. But it's a male and a female, and other than that, they're pretty sweet. And they're a lot of fun. We take them to the petting zoos, and the kids get a kick out of them. So.
I didn't even know hedgehogs were really a real animal.
Oh, really?
My 4th sister-in-law, that was what she collected, so there was always
my water.
things around them. And I bet it didn't have anything on it. It's just some novelty.
I can show.
I'm still in contact with that one, so I might admit to her. I didn't tell her I didn't know one way or the other. I just kept my mouth shut.
I can walk around and show you guys the hedgehogs, or she can. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many animals do you take on your mobile pay?
Usually anywhere from, like, we have different packages that people can choose from. Like when we have a series of questions that we ask people, and we ask people if they're working with a budget, for example, if they say, yes, my budget is X, then we might say, well, we have a small animal package that you can, and we bring all small animals, and we might bring about 10 different animals that all children can hold. For example, it might be bunnies and hedgehogs and guinea pigs, that sort of thing. And then if, for example, they don't have any particular budget in mind, we might bring 12 to 15 animals of small and larger animals like goats, pigs, all different types of animals. But 15 would probably be the max that we would bring, I think. So, that's okay. Right now we don't have any small dogs. We have, who?
Posey, Waffles.
No, she meant for adoption.
Oh.
Yeah. We only have a couple of large dogs for adoption.
I have a large dog and a small dog.
Yeah, small dogs always go really fast. Yeah, small dogs usually go really fast. And that's the way with most rescues. Smaller dogs usually go really fast.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm wondering if you do try to adopt out the animals that are adoptable, or do you when you take them in, do you just tell people they'll live here forever, or?
Yeah, we don't ever euthanize an animal unless it's medically necessary. Like, we've had some dogs for 2 to 3 years, so they'll stay with us until they get rescued by somebody.
And you do try to find homes?
Oh, absolutely, yes, yeah.
What do you advertise on Pet Finder or something, Adopt a Pet, something like that?
We do, and all forms of social media.
Are there any animals that you tell somebody, no, I can't take that?
Yes. Like right now, we're not accepting, we don't usually take in cats, but right now we're not taking in any more dogs because we're at max capacity.
12 dogs right now?
Well, we have 18 dogs right now, so yeah.
What about exotic animals?
Oh yeah, we take in all exotics. Like if it's a small animal, like something like this, where space is not that much of an issue, we'll take them in. But something that space is an issue, like a dog or a donkey or a goat or something like that, we wouldn't probably take it in right now.
The reason why I asked is over in Terrell, there's they have exotic animals like lions and.
Oh, yeah.
It's really not open to the public, or it is a sanctuary over in Terrell that's for those kind of animals. That's why I asked if maybe you were in partnership with that organization. Over in Arizona, there's another one that they take all the wildcats from Vegas, and it's called Keepers of the Wild. So I was just kind of curious if you were doing something like that.
We all kind of communicate together. Like, I'm also a licensed rehabber too. Like if there's a bird that has fallen out of a nest, or a baby cottontail bunny or something like that is injured, somebody will reach out to me to nurse it back to health. I mean, percentages that it can be nursed back to health a lot of times is very low. But we all work together in terms of, hey, reach out to this person, maybe they can help you because they might, specialize more in that particular animal than this person does. So we all kind of work together in terms of that. So, because like I have more specialty with like birds and rabbits than like Rogers Wildlife has more specialty with like raccoons and, we did, than some of the larger animals like possums and things like that. So, I mean, which is kind of nice because we all kind of help each other out.
Do the local, like Royce City or Greenville here, if they have a problem with an animal, like animal control, do they call you? And
Yes, I'm on actually the Royce City Animal Shelter. I'm on their advocacy board. So they do call me, sometimes when there's an issue, and we'll work together. So.
Do you ever have issues with, I know my sister who doesn't live here, but she has several exotic animals. And up in St. Louis, there's only like 1 or 2 vets that will even look at the more unusual pets. Do you have the same issues down here?
I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Say that
Like,
again.
she has to take one of her pets to the vet or something. She can't go to just any vet. They-
Oh,
Or something, you mean,
Yeah,
you wanna
yeah.
see?
oh, I see.
She's got snakes, she's got bearded
Like different
dragons.
dogs.
Oh, yeah.
She's had, so the regular vets won't see
Ne-
them.
Oh, yeah, no, it's the same here. Absolutely.
Two in the whole St. Louis area that she can go to.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely the same here. So we all have to kind of rely on the same thing, each other. Like, for example, my goats have never been to a vet because of that reason. So, like, I have to give them their immunizations and pray that they don't get sick because I've not been able to find a vet for them yet. So, yeah, I understand that. You're exactly right. So,
so what kind of fundraising do you do to help fundraise? I know it's not cheap and it's coming straight out of your pocket, right?
no, absolutely. I mean, just like the mobile petting zoo is like our biggest one. And we did a couple of vendor fair events, which were okay at first, and then they kind of dwindled out. And the idea behind the vendor fairs was like all local businesses were able to, come and set up in one large location. For example, we had it at, first was at our location, but it didn't go very well with our neighbors because of the parking situation. We kind of made them mad. Oh, excuse me, let me grab a drink really fast. But the second one we had set up at another farm location that had a lot of property. But local vendors and the small little vendor booths that they have could come and set up, and we would charge a fee, a reasonable fee. And then we were going to have about 100 to 150 vendors, and then that fee would be split between the landowner and our organization. And then, of course, parking would be charged. And that was another fundraising thing that we were doing for a while. And then, of course, the weather changed and nobody's going to come to a vendor fair when it's 100 degrees outside. So, so those are some of the things that we do during the cooler months, either fall or the springtime.
Have you gotten any of the FFA or 4-H clubs in Royce City or Cattle Mills? Or?
Not yet, but that's something that we've talked about at some of our volunteer meetings. Something that we want to do is get involved with them. There's just been so many different avenues that we want to take and not enough manpower and not enough time yet. But we do definitely want to start working with like the Royce City High School and some of those different organizations. But that is a great idea.
You actually have bird cages and stuff like for your yes.
We do.
Stuff, they don't live in a little thing.
No. No, we do.
Do you have a website?
No, I actually paid somebody to work on a website and they did a terrible job. So that is probably next. But we do have a Facebook page, obviously, Instagram, all that good stuff.
If
So
we were looking up on Facebook, what would we look for?
Sunshine Acres Animal Sanctuary. Just pretty straightforward. Sunshine, I'm sorry, I'll say it slower. Sunshine Acres Animal Sanctuary. And it's the same on like Instagram. What else do we? I'm not very good at social media, I'll be honest. It's her and my other daughter. Her Facebook I can handle, and Instagram so-so, but my children help me with the other ones.
So do you have like barns and things like that?
Yes, we do. We have a barn and a loafing shed, several chicken pen areas, you know. I do. Any type of bird. Birds are my thing, so I love birds. And I like the goats too, you know. I wish they stayed little and cute and cuddly for forever, but they don't. But
Do you have a vet that helps you when you need help?
yes, we work with a couple different vets. Like, you know, if they need their immunizations, for example, we might go to one vet, like Paws for a Cause or something, because they're obviously more affordable. But if there's an emergency, if an animal's ill, you know, we might go to Will's Point or Country Friends for specific needs. And then we have Wildflower Mobile Vet, if it's an animal that we can't get into the car or something, is mobile, will come to us. So we usually go to a couple different places depending on the need.
So what is your thought for the future for your organization? How would you like to see yourself like in 5 years?
I want to be able to get a couple grants to be able to help us expand in terms of getting more outdoor pen areas for dogs. It hurts me every time somebody calls, and I'm going to try not to get emotional about it when I talk about this. It hurts me when I have to tell people no for dogs, because I just have a strong passion for dogs, because there's just so many dogs right now that are homeless. So
I'm sure there are.
yeah,
You know, it kills me to think of a dog being in a pen for the rest of their life.
right.
You know?
Yeah, all of our dogs are inside. Yeah.
Create it would not be.
Well, when I say that, I mean like an air conditioned. Yeah.
Even separate from
Right.
fighting or something.
Oh, absolutely. Right. I mean, I want to add on like to our barn area, and, you know, do like an air conditioned, you know, affordably, of course, but like an air conditioned shelter for them.
Indoor, outdoor runs
Well,
good, because they can go in.
That's what I mean. Yeah, indoor and outdoor. Right.
Get clean it, and you can cut it, you know, close the door at night.
Right.
Everybody comes in.
Absolutely. Right. And you can do it very affordably. I can add it on to our existing barn. And I can add it on for like another, you know, 25 or 30 dogs, you know. So that would be huge to be able to do that.
We had a puppy come in yesterday, full of mange, feet burnt. A little rat terrier mix.
And where was that at?
Well, they got him Stonewall, and I assume it was north end of Stonewall.
Right.
The mom and the son. Mom said, give it away, the son wants it, but
Right.
I've got dogs I can't. And my tech, Jana, ended up taking it.
Oh, good.
Aw. Clavamox, straws, neck scar.
Right.
And
Oh,
ended up, you know, finding a home.
good.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Any hair, whatever.
Oh, that's so sad.
Pounds.
Oh, bless her. Oh, gosh, see, I hate hearing that. I'm sure you do. Yeah, that's just heartbreaking. And I hate having to tell people no. I mean, in the beginning, of course, I was telling everybody yes, which is why we have so many dogs, you know? I mean, and you want to be able to help them all, you know, but you just can't. No, you can't. I mean, and yeah, absolutely.
Do you have a place that, I mean, probably, of course, not all the dogs that you've gotten were acclimated to be with other dogs. So do you pin those dogs that are?
No, they all get along. I mean, I learned, I'll give you an example. We had our first dog we ever got, Anthem. He's the alpha dog. He's the only one we ever have an issue with. He's the oldest dog. He's about 10.
What kind of dog is he?
He's a mixed breed. And yeah, he did not get along with a pit that somebody surrendered to us, a couple years back. They hated each other. And for 2 years, we had to keep them separated. And we tried everything to make them get along. And it wasn't until we moved, we literally moved, did they just randomly one day started getting along. And then they became the best of friends, and they were inseparable. It was the strangest thing. Something just clicked, and they could not be separated after that. And until we had to put Hector down after that. And he was just moped around. He was so upset. So now we have another situation where we have another dog, and they got in a fight yesterday, in fact, when we tried to introduce them. And it's all about how, because they sense if you're uneasy about it, they will pick up on it. So I would not let her in the room because she'll stress out, and my other half, I'm like, when he raises his tone, he kept saying, oh, it's okay. And I'm like, he doesn't realize he's doing it. I'm like, no, try to, lower your voice when you're talking to him. Because as soon as he did that, they got all excited. So that's when, the fight broke out. And thankfully, neither one of them got seriously injured, but, we'll have to try to reintroduce them again in a little while. So, every now and then it does get like that. So for now, we just have to keep, them a little bit separate, so.
So who's the alpha in the family?
His name is Anthem.
Oh. Because you're actually going to be you're the alpha or...
I definitely am, yeah.
Because he'll listen to you, right?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
I have 4, and one of them's a service dog from a vet. But I'm definitely the alpha in the house. Mm-hmm. And all the dogs listen to me.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I get what you're saying, yes. Mm-hmm. That's a good question. Anybody have anything else? No? Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yep. Thanks so much for having us.
And if you guys want a closer look at and next month, our speaker is going to be Katie Conrad. She's over with the Rockwall Historical Society and Museum. She's going to be telling us about Rockwall's history. And our new exhibit outside officially open Saturday as well, so take a look at that, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, you guys want to look at the birds too.
This video has been brought to you by GEUS. GEUS is your community-owned provider for electric, internet, cable TV, and true local programming.